Yeah, come in.
Rich, I have something here I've been working on. I'd like to get your input.
Just put it on my desk.
Your mother told me what happened last night.
Well, it's all out in the open now, isn't it?
Well, I'd say that's the positive side to all this. It's all out in the open, and Thorne did not do what we were all afraid he would do.
What, shoot me again? He already did it once, isn't that enough? No, Dad, there is no positive side to this. Has anybody seen Thorne today?
Yes, I saw him this morning.
Well, I don't have to ask how he is, do I?
Well, understandably, he's disillusioned, and he's very angry.
That's exactly how I feel.
Ridge, we are all going to need time to heal from this.
This is not going to heal, Dad. Not without scars. For everyone, and that includes Caroline.
Does Caroline know about Thorne's finding out about all this?
Yes, I told her.
How did she react?
She wanted to go see him. I told her not to.
Well, that was wise. I don't think your brother's ready for that.
Caroline, I'm not ready to talk to you. I don't know if I'll ever be able to talk to you about this.
I have a few things to say.
Did it happen? That you and my brother made love while we were married?
Not the way that you're thinking.
Just answer the question, Caroline. Did it happen or didn't it?
Yes.
Then we have nothing to talk about. Nothing. Period.
Thorne, that is precisely why we do have to talk. Because it did happen.
Look, I don't want to discuss this. Certainly not with you, Caroline.
It happened one time. Once. And it was the result of alcohol and some stupid, ridiculous prank.
And a lot of passion on your part. Passion you never expressed for me. And there you were in our bed, making it with Ridge. Do you know how that makes me feel, Caroline? No, you don't. Because I would never hurt you that way. I would have died before I would hurt you like that.
Hi, honey.
Hi. I thought you were at the office.
Yeah, I was.
So where are you going now?
Well, I'm not going back to work.
Well, that does leave a few other possibilities.
Well, I'm certainly not going to run out of here and see another woman or engage in any other nefarious behavior.
I have the feeling you're not going to tell me where you are going.
Well, I'm sure if you think about it, you'll know.
Oh. I'm sorry.
All right, so no more questions?
No more questions.
All right, okay. That's it then.
But no, I do have a question. I mean, since you brought the subject up.
All right.
What would you like for Christmas?
You know, now that you talk about it, there is something that you can give me, a very special gift.
Well, good. This is going to make it easy.
I don't know how easy it's going to be.
What is it?
I would like the adoption papers signed by Clarke to make Mark officially my son.
Bill.
Margo, I really want this little boy to be mine. He's an extension of you. And you know how I feel about you.
I'll see what I can do.
See you later.
Must be Mick. Just a minute. Hi. Mother.
Well, obviously you were expecting someone else.
Well, yes. Yes, I was.
Who?
the bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Tide. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
So, I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, and I'm really sorry about it. I've just been so busy.
Oh.
Happy holidays.
Thank you so much. Busy at Forrester or at home?
Oh, everywhere. There's just been so much happening lately.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know, problems.
What kind of problems?
Oh, I'm sorry I even mentioned it.
Well, but now that you have.
Well, you're right, now that I have mentioned it. Maybe you can help me solve something that I feel is happening to the family these past few weeks.
Which is?
Well, I get the distinct impression the family's drifting apart. I don't know how to stop it. But I thought maybe there was some way of pulling it together during the holidays.
Well, Mother, how can I help?
Well, if you could spend time with us during the holidays at the house.
Sure, I'd love to.
Well, I can't tell you how happy that makes me. Thank you.
Mother, you really have been worried about this, haven't you?
Well, so much has happened the past year. I mean, with Thorne and Caroline getting a divorce, and Brooke and the miscarriage, and its effect on Ridge, on everyone.
Yes. Yes, we've all had our problems.
It would mean so much to me if you could be with us during the holidays. And maybe you could bring Clarke.
Is it good? Is it good? It's good. Who's that? Who's that? Come on. Open the door. Oh, 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 my big boy. My big boy. Who is this? Who is it? Who is it? Oh, it's Daddy. Yeah. Is it?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Say hi.
That's just the guy I want to see. Come on.
Say Daddy.
Hi. How you doing, huh? How you doing?
Oh.
Is that good, huh? How's your mama doing?
Mama's doing fine.
Are we alone?
Yeah.
Hey, come here. Come on. Yeah. So have you been a good boy? Huh? Because Santa's watching you.
He's always a good boy, Daddy.
Yeah. You don't know how much I miss you. Yeah, when I don't see you for so long, so long. I really appreciate you calling me over here. Yeah. How are your holidays coming?
Busy?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. I hope not too busy.
No, there'll always be time for you and Mark.
So, anytime that you and Bill, you want to spend a little time together, I'll watch him. That includes New Year's Eve.
Don't you have plans?
Not this year.
And you're not going to. Not until you give up on Kristen.
Well, be that as it may, I'm going to have a lot of spare time over the holidays, and I'd love to spend it with my son. So, here, you want to get down here? Why don't you and Bill go to Tahoe or something?
Well, Clarke, that would mean you'd have to take a whole week off from work, you know.
I'll work at home. Look, I'm serious. It'd be good for you and Bill.
No, I don't really think it would be good for either of us.
Why? Trouble at home?
No. Bill just doesn't want to be away from L.A.
Workaholic, huh?
No, Clarke, he's getting very close to someone. His stepson. Whom he very much wants to adopt.
If it's any consolation to you, you could not feel worse about this than I do.
Somehow, I find that very hard to believe.
Why? Do you really think that I wanted to hurt you?
No, I just don't think it mattered. Because you love Ridge. That's what's important to you. not me. I have never been important to you.
I thought we laid that one to rest.
Not from Bill's perspective.
Well, Bill's gonna have to change his perspective because I'm not gonna let him adopt my son. Look, I'm sorry, Margo, that you have to be in the middle of all this, but you have to help your husband realize that it's just not gonna happen.
Clarke, I don't want this to explode.
And I don't either. And it won't. As long as Bill doesn't do anything extremely unreasonable.
What he's asking isn't unreasonable.
You sound like you're siding with him on this.
No. Clarke, you're a wonderful father, and I don't regret for one moment sharing Mark with you. It's one of the joys of my life. But Bill is a good man. He's a fine man. And he has the financial means to offer Mark every advantage in life.
Margo, the answer is no. I am not going to give up my baby boy. Never. You, of all people, should know that.
Yes, you're right. There's still a lot Thorne could learn from Caroline. It's probably better those two stay clear of each other.
What could he learn from Caroline?
I'm just concerned that Thorne could take things the wrong way.
About you and Caroline?
Yes, about our feelings towards one another. Those feelings didn't come about during that marriage, Dad.
But that's all irrelevant now anyway, isn't it? Since you and Caroline are not seeing each other.
Yes, I suppose you're right about that. It's all up in smoke now, isn't it?
Thorne, if you could just listen to
Oh,
me.
please. I don't want your pity, Caroline. I don't want anything from you.
I'm not trying to pity you.
Well, if you're trying to assuage your guilty conscience, you're not going to get that from me either.
I don't have a guilty conscience.
Well, that's just wonderful, dear.
I gave everything that I could to our marriage.
Wrong! You gave everything you could to Ridge. I was an afterthought.
That is not true, Thorne. I would never have married you if I didn't really believe at the time that we were going to make it. And I believed that. It wasn't until recently.
Yeah, when you started making it with Ridge. Look, Caroline, I don't like talking to you like this, which is why we should not see each other. Because every time I look at you, Caroline, I see you in bed with my brother. And that thought causes
No, wait
me...
a minute, wait a minute. When you see me in bed with your brother, what do you see? Do you see two sober people that are making passionate love? Or do you see two totally inebriated people that were so drunk they had to check with each other in the morning to make sure that it even really happened? Thorne, do you see two people that spent the following weeks and months repeating that act? We were so ashamed of what we had done, we couldn't even look each other in the eye. Can't you see? What we did was wrong. And nobody is denying that. But it wasn't an expression of love. It was a mistake. I'm going to spend the rest of my life regretting that. Because it hurt you. And ultimately, it hurt me more.
You want me to bring Clarke over to the house for the holidays?
Is that such a strange request?
Mother, we're not living together.
I know. But have you actually made the decision to file for divorce?
Divorce? We haven't talked about it yet.
Well, then technically he's still a member of the family.
Technically, yes. I suppose you're right.
Kristen, so much has happened this past year. I'm just hoping and praying that your marriage isn't going to be one of our losses. It would mean a great deal to me if you and Clarke could be part of the family. For me? Will you do this for me?
Look, son, I don't know what the answer is. All I can suggest is that we give Thorne all the space he could possibly need for the next few weeks. And hope for the best. All right. Get back to me on this sketch.
Sure. Oh, Dad. I had a visitor earlier.
Who?
Mick Savage.
What did he want?
He told me about your interview with him.
Look, son, I have to give Mick Savage all the credit. He's a very good photographer. I just don't think he's right for our organization.
He was very apologetic for all that.
You mean about the interview?
He really wants to work with us.
Look, son, his attitude is terrible. He's all ego.
He didn't show any of that to me.
So you're saying you think he should work for us?
I think he's clearly one of the best.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll let you be the one to make the decision. After all, you're the one who's going to be working most closely with him.
Right.
I just wish all our problems could be solved so easily.
It hurt you more than it hurt me.
Yes.
How could you say that?
Because I've had to live with the embarrassment of this act. And because I knew that eventually this would happen.
I don't follow you.
Thorne, I knew how you would interpret this. But that night had nothing to do with our marriage. It is not why it failed.
Well, maybe not that particular night. But there's no question, Caroline. It was Ridge who came between you and me.
No, what came between us was reality, not Ridge.
The reality of the fact that you didn't love me.
That is just the way that you are choosing to look at it. And now I'm probably never going to be able to change your mind now that you know about that night. Thorne, the truth is, I did love you as much as I have ever loved anyone. But it never should have evolved into a marriage. Two people that are best friends shouldn't necessarily get married. Don't you see? It should never have been an option for you and I to get married. But because we were both a little confused and a little carried away at a really vulnerable time, we mistook our deep respect and our deep feelings for each other for romantic love.
No, Caroline. I was romantically in love with you.
Thorne, that is not the kind of love that our relationship was all about. Please, just think about it. What were some of our most special moments? Weren't they our talks together? Especially after the time when I was raped. Remember, you take me for long walks and we talk about life, and we talk about the state of the world. Those were wonderful times. Those were our best times. Not our bedroom scenes.
I don't think you'd see it this way if it wasn't for Ridge. Because I know, Caroline, that at one time you were romantically in love with me, as sure as I'm standing here. And it was Ridge who took you away from me. And maybe not that night that he pulled the prank, but all through our marriage. He had his eye on you. And in his own insidious way, he set out to get you. And for that, I will never forgive him, Caroline. I will never forgive him for that.